What's up, everybody? It's that time of the day, that time of the week, that time of the month.
It is.
You're listening to The Good,
The Band,
The Ugly. I'm Big Papa.
and I'm Jeff.
And it is yet another week of special guests.
It is. It really
Slide
is.
that out.
Almost professional. Like,
Yeah. How was your weekend?
good, man. Yours?
It was good.
Yeah.
It was good. It didn't snow.
Did you go to see Kiss?
No, I
Okay.
didn't go see Kiss.
All right.
Did you go see Kiss?
No,
Okay, that's as far as we're going to go with it, because
Nope.
you're a dick.
I wouldn't.
Because you're a dick. Because you're going to say something derogatory about Kiss, and I'm going to have to find I'm going to have to find a 10-year-old to take your spot, because that's how what you're acting like.
Yeah.
So go fuck yourself.
I told you what I thought. That's all.
Yeah, well, what you think doesn't matter.
Yep.
Our next guest, fucking loves Kiss, and it's written all over him, literally.
Sorry for his loss.
Just
kidding.
We are very excited to finally have one of Syracuse's most iconic, hardest working, one of the hardest working,
Actually,
second hardest working.
I'll be honest.
Just Joe is the hardest working. This is just Bill.
I'll be honest. I'm going to say one of the better singers in Central New York.
He is one of the best singers in Cicero right now.
Cicero.
He is right off of, yeah. Without further ado, let's bring on Mr. Bill Ali, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, Mr. Ali?
Can I start by saying something derogatory about Kiss?
Yes, please.
They made this big deal about doing a concert for their last thing in New York City. It's the same show they've been doing the last 20 years.
But it's the last one.
It's the last time you'll hear those names.
You're going to hear.
No, it's not.
You wanted the best.
Oh, no, it's not.
Yeah, well.
Avatar King.
Live. Yeah.
Live, yes.
Yes.
The multimedia experience.
I would have been more impressed if the new avatars were really big and blue with tails.
I have one of those of me around here.
I know. Don't express your inner nerd. It's bad enough.
First of all, I was the first thing I said when you wanted me to be on here is, why would you want me on here? That's the first thing.
Because, I mean, you and we've known each other a long time, and I consider you one of my good friends. And
same.
And sometimes we overlook some of the accomplishments that either you have had or I've had or Jeff. We overlook our friends' accomplishments, and
right.
And to sit back, I'm proud to say that I've seen you come up through the ranks throughout local music and really started to turn your name into a business and into a franchise. So, as much as I like to bust your chops, and point out all the dick moments you've had, and there's been a lot.
Oh,
a lot.
I mean,
he says.
I mean, I'm going to just exploit one quick thing.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
If I asked you to lunch,
yep,
you would probably respond that day, "Hey, can't do it today."
Right.
But you wouldn't wait till the next day and be like, "Oh,
just got your text."
Some bullshit excuse. No. Yeah. So then Thanksgiving Day, I get the text.
Oh, geez.
Hey, what's up? Lunch today? I'm like, so
that's
there
fantastic.
You go. There you go.
I love it.
That's as I'm not going to bust it. This show really is about not busting Billy's balls. But
because you did that enough with Johnson.
No, we did it with Johnson, and Johnson's vagina got hurt. And
yeah.
Now we have to re-record it.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know that we're booked until April 18th.
So the uncut version is going to be broadcast first.
Yeah.
No, yours will be this week. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then next week we'll have Steve Shadow be on.
Yep.
And then after
Steve's awesome, man.
We've got Courtney Cox will be on.
Like the Courtney Cox?
Not the guitar player.
Not the guitar player.
Like the actress?
Ashley Cox.
No. He said Ashley. He's supposed to say Ashley Cox.
I said Courtney Cox. I was waiting for, No, Ashley Cox will be on.
Nobody wants her on.
And we got Comstock. He'll be on.
Yeah.
And then
I'm looking forward to that one.
and then after that we got some national guys coming up again, and so we're firing on all 4 cylinders here. So we're an 8-cylinder vehicle, but we're firing on all 4.
That's okay.
So Billy, walk everybody else through. How many years ago? I mean, I know in high school you were into music, you were into chorus and all that stuff too, right? Like,
oh yeah, ever since
theatrical.
freshman year of high school. Yeah, I mean, at elementary school, everybody had to do chorus, and then I was in chorus in middle school, and then I wasn't going to do chorus in high school because I played football. But then I decided, because everybody heard me sing, they wanted me to be in chorus, so I did chorus in high school, and then it just kind of like snowballed into college, and then you just kind of do what you can do to be a musician while you're working the odd jobs in record stores and stuff, and then
right.
One day it just you get to the point where it's either I need to either do this for a living or focus on a real job. I can't do both.
Oh.
Why would you?
Because up till about 2015, 16, I was trying to like do both, and it was so hard.
Right.
Because
you had
I can't pick up the phone to go to lunch, let alone
when you don't even have a real schedule. Go fuck yourself.
Right. So in 2017, I put my
he can go to lunch if there's safety in numbers. Well, who's going?
Yeah.
What do you mean who's going?
Somebody else has to go.
I'm going. Yeah, but is there anybody good going? No, just me. Nah, I can't do it then.
Forget it.
How about the garbage man? Can the garbage man come?
Yeah.
So you did. You had your grab bag of jobs.
Yeah,
and
sales, AT&T, this place, that place, and finally my bosses were all sick and tired of I've got to have Friday and Saturday off, and
right.
I did for the longest time the best. If I had to go back and do something again, not musical, it would be radio and television, because that was kind of like that's right in the same kind of wheelhouse, and that's what I did up until 2011. I was the producer for the drive time talk show, the Jim Reese Show on WSYR for years. And then they just, Clear Channel Radio, now iHeart, whatever it's called, cleaned house 3 or 4 times during my tenure there. And it was just a matter of time when it was my turn.
Right.
And then I decided that's when I kind of kicked up the music stuff and got, sales jobs here and there. I went to work for Wolf Radio, and it just came to the point where everybody was like, yeah, you can't keep asking to have Friday and Saturday off. And I said, well, here's my 2-week notice. Thankfully, my wife was
only
on board
been
with
here
it.
2 weeks.
Right.
Don't care. I want to make it.
Thankfully, my wife was on board with it. So it brings us to today. We're not homeless.
Yeah,
well,
there you go.
This is true.
There
And your wife, lovely girl. How did you meet your wife?
I walked into this place called Big Papa's in Pennellville, Phoenix area.
Oh, that's a dive bar.
And she happened to be bending over the while that I walked in.
I had to ask.
We had a fire sale.
That place was on fire.
It was on fleek. No, it was on fire.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I remember Bill coming up to me and goes, hey, I can't even tell you what he really said, but
no.
Hey, who's the bartender with the big eyes? And I said, oh, Brandy? He said, yeah. Introduce me.
I like her.
Introduce me. I'm like, yeah. And it was history for me.
And we found out that our parents went to high school together. And
oh, wow.
Yeah. I'd log in
That's
to check
wild.
the security cameras, and I'd see he's dancing, slow dancing with nobody in the bar, because nobody ever was.
No.
But I'm like, oh, I'm glad I'm paying her to be in a giant dating game.
Yeah.
Listen, she liked you a lot more than me, because about a half a dozen times I had that Labatt Blue hockey clock in my car, and she took it out of the car and put it back on the wall. The first thing I said when I saw that building on fire was, I should have took the goddamn helmet.
I still have it. I got it out of there before I never mind.
Perfect.
Uh-huh.
Well, someday we'll have to find you another one.
Yeah.
Go to Team U.
You go to get it off of Team U.
Get it off of Team U.
I got a problem with
Mike
Team
does.
U. Packages every day coming from China.
God.
I got more
13 cents.
I got more stuff in this house from China than the Chinese do.
They know every number of your social security card, every credit card number, but
Go ahead.
you've got that 15-cent T-shirt.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. What are they get? Where are they going to get away with me?
I
We
know.
got
That's
his
why I
social
say,
security number. Go for it. If you can get approved, let me know.
Right.
I had a bar.
I had a bar.
amen. I'm a
Bar
musician.
equals credit.
That does.
From New York State, I don't have any money, so just don't come after me anymore. My ass is still sore enough. So you start playing in bands that start gigging out, and you're in. Who's the first?
Yeah,
the first one
band
around.
Who's the first band you gigged on?
It was called Pretense.
Who? Anybody we know in that?
No, there was a couple of guys that have been in other bands, but it was Ed Bolin and Bill Dussing and Ted Cathevelis and myself. It was a 4-piece, and it was classic rock, Deep Purple, The Babies, stuff like that. And I was the young guy of the group, and it just kind of went from there. It went from I did that for a while, and then I got picked up, and it was Dirty Little Secret after Pretense.
Who's in that band?
And that's I'm still friends with a lot of those guys.
Not all of them.
David Tyler.
Okay.
Randy Barrington.
Who?
Randy Barrington.
Oh, isn't that the drummer for Warrant? Randy the Embellisher Barrington? Go on.
Brian Donnelly, who is our deputy county executive at this time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we had a slew of people coming in and out in the drumming area after a certain thing happened. And then we had opened up for a band in that time called Decree. And Bob Wheeler was the lead singer of that band at that time, and Bob was done with the band, and they asked me to be in the band. So that's kind of when it really started taking off, because those guys were drawing some people, and then it was I always tell the story. I think the day that kind of flipped the switch and changed everything. It was Thanksgiving Eve, 2011. I got a phone call from Stacy Waterman. The singer for Scars and Stripes was sick, and they needed to fill in on like 5-hour notice. So at that time, Scars and Stripes, just before that, was One Hard to Crank without Jake.
Right.
And it was Joe DiMaggio was the singer at that time. He no longer lives here. He was in Just a Memory was the band, that original band that he was in.
Baseball player.
And we kind of put together the songs that they had on the list for One Hard to Crank and the Scars and Stripes song. We came up with a 3-hour gig, and at the end of the night, they asked me to be in the band, and that's kind of where it all started.
Who was the singer that you were replacing?
Joe DiMaggio.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. I
not paying attention again?
Nah, I wasn't listening.
Just a Memory. Just a Memory was the original band. Great singer, great guy. Brandy went to school with friends of his, so I've run into him a few times. Great guy. Talked a few weeks ago. He's trying to put together something like that where he is in Texas now.
Was Joel still? Joel was in original.
Oh yeah. So yeah, at that time the first show I did with them was Todd Stiles, Joel Exline, and Joe Rabine.
Love.
It was a 4-piece. Right. And then I brought in Kevin Brennan, and that was kind of the first iteration of Scars and Stripes with me in it. And that's where we kind of went in and did the more intricate stuff that nobody else was doing.
Iteration means version.
I got it.
Just figured I'd let you know.
No, thanks.
He does concrete for a living. Yeah. Not a lot of big words.
I don't know how he puts up with you. I don't know.
Farther than an arm's length.
You have no clue.
I don't know how he does it.
No clue.
So
yeah, we brought in like a ton of that Avenged Sevenfold stuff. The more technically and it was great. And then through the years we've changed everything around. But that was kind of the jumping part. I then went in and was doing even before Scars and Stripes. I was doing a duo with my guitar player Jeff Rosen called Wicked Awesome, and he basically kind of taught me how to play guitar. I knew a few chords, but playing with him kind of taught me how to play live.
Right.
If you want to call what I play playing guitar, but
no, I will say this.
It's good enough for 200 gigs a year. So,
well, yeah, I was going to say, I'm very impressed with the fact that you've taught yourself to play guitar, and almost like it was demanded. It was like, okay, if I'm going to do this, I've got to fucking learn this guitar quickly.
Yeah.
because if Bill's the kind of guy that'll book a show. And, you need a jazz fusion band?
Hold on.
I got one of those.
Yeah.
Quick, we got to learn 30 fucking jazz fusion songs. By when? Tuesday. Yeah. So,
got to do what you got to do.
I've always been impressed with that. Maybe a little jealous from time to time, but impressed.
Bill, when did you switch from I wouldn't say you switched, but you've always liked this country.
He's always liked girls.
So my mom, when I growing up, my mom was a huge Reba McEntire, Garth Brooks, George Strait, Ricky Van Shelton, Doug Stone, Clint Black. I grew up on the late 80s, early 90s country stuff. And to me, in my house, it wasn't like we weren't listening to country rock. We were listening to music. There was no genres.
Okay.
It went from Barry Manilow to Engelbert Humperdinck to Led Zeppelin to the country stuff. My mom listened to it all.
Yeah, I was brought up the same way.
Me too.
Yeah.
Lion bitch.
Yeah. And when
my father was a big country fan.
Yeah.
And my mother was more classic rock, Santana.
Yeah.
And then now my mother, she likes Bon Jovi and she likes Extreme and shit like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mother loved Under the Gun. It was like one of her favorite bands to go out and see. So she loved that. She loved all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I always, when you're in your 20s, it wasn't cool to be the guy that liked country. So at that time, now country is today's pop music, but it just went into, and now I love the singer-songwriter stuff, and that's kind of country music today.
It is.
So and country music kind of, and it's weird because people always, that's not country. Every music evolves, and people don't understand that music evolves and it has to evolve. Waylon Jennings and those guys, that was like, people were like, what is this when those guys came out?
Oh, yeah, because before them, it was more bluegrassy, home roots.
Yeah, Hank Williams type,
Exactly.
Minnie Pearl.
And you had, Waylon, Willie, and all those guys come in talking about going to jail and killing people. And that just wasn't stuff that was talked about before then.
Right. What's your go ahead.
No, I was go ahead.
What's your take? I mean, so you've got a metal background, you've got a heavy metal, you've got a hard rock, you've got classic rock. What's your take on the way some of the country is going now, where instead of country rock, you've got country metal?
I love it.
I mean, who's the one?
Hardy.
You turned me on to Hardy.
Yeah,
and
Hardy.
And I'm like, holy shit. Now this is, and there's a lot more people that are going down that path.
Yep.
Jason Charles Miller.
Yeah.
I would deem him
highly recommend you check him out.
Yeah. Yeah. Jason Charles Miller. He's on tour right now with Faster Pussycat.
Yeah. And it's the total opposite of what you would think.
Yeah.
Those two should not be touring together, but it works.
But it really works. And
they're doing so much of that now. A country rock guy is going out with Five Finger Death Punch. Brantley Gilbert was going out with him.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Brantley Gilbert's always been kind of heavy anyway.
See, that's the thing. You got these guys. So in Hardy's, he's from a little podunk town in Mississippi called Philadelphia.
Yep.
Right.
Philadelphia, Mississippi. So he grew up in the sticks of the country, but he's a younger guy. So he listened to a lot of the newer heavy metal stuff like Born of Osiris and stuff like that. But he grew up with the country. So you like the country stuff. You like the metal stuff. And now he's at a point where he writes music for everybody. He's, I'm going to take a shot and see how this melds together. And I love it. Because
I think he's kind of a pioneer in that.
Yeah.
Kind of like what Kid Rock did
but to another level.
Right.
Yeah.
With almost like the rap / country / rock. I mean, another pioneer in my opinion. You may not agree with all of the other stuff he does in life, but he was a businessman. He knows how to sell shit,
But you got all these new guys coming up. They're young, Morgan Wallen and stuff like that. They all grew up listening to rock and heavy metal and stuff like that. And that's and a lot of the guys now, the young guys there's a lot of you can hear a lot of hip hop in Morgan Wallen stuff, and that's just the way they were growing up. And when you become that big and on that stage, you can kind of do what you want and dip your toe into the water. And if it doesn't work, you take it out. But it seems to be working for these guys. Right. They're selling out stadiums night after night.
Right.
But that's not country.
What the fuck? Did I start?
It's the best.
But it's cool when they get to that level and they can just be like,
Yeah.
oh well, hey, guess what? I don't even have to listen to the labels anymore because I can just put my own shit out anyways, and Spotify and YouTube and everything else. I could have. It's pretty bad when a guy that's doing weekly dog grooming videos has more followers than like.
Oh,
guys
TikTok is the most insane thing in the world.
It's ridiculous, but it's.
I watch some of the most mindless stuff on there, and I get a kick out of it. I look at this 12 million followers for some guy just like Tony. I mean, come on.
I watch when I first started watching TikTok. I'm going, these are people fucking lip syncing.
Yeah.
To sometimes not even songs. They're just lip syncing to other people saying, what the hell is this nonsense? They're even taking the fun out of doing your own dialogue.
That's how it started.
I know, but what's worse is that I'm like this mindless fucking idiot going, I gotta send this to a friend. Look at this. That's a dog shitting on a picnic table.
They reel
so funny.
They reel you in.
Yeah, it's you go down the rabbit hole.
Yep.
Yeah. That's what I'm doing. I don't have time for lunch.
See?
Gotta scroll.
Fucking internet cafe will feed you some tree bark and some.
I can see it now. Bill scrolling through TikTok. He gets a message comes up on the top of his phone.
Mike, nope.
Swipe
right, swipe left, Mike.
Whatever it is.
I'm going to sit here and watch
I
two
moved into a new
caterpillars
house. It's really the first real house that I've lived in my 45 years. I don't want to leave.
We'll just have to get takeout. We'll hang out.
That's it. Well, you come here. I got my man cave. It's wonderful.
Yeah. Well, for now. You never know when that's just going to be vetoed.
Oh no, she's been very. She comes down here. We watch movies. While I just, with us, you have to know one thing. I've wanted a huge TV for a while.
Listen to this extravagant, ridiculous purchase.
So my wife,
another bit of jealousy out of me.
She goes, yeah. If we get a big, I'd like a bigger TV. That was a license to go find the most obnoxiously big television in the world. It just came today. It's wonderful.
What size are we talking about?
86-inch.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
It's awesome. It wasn't, dude. I can't believe the prices that Black Friday had this year too.
Can you imagine the size of that porn?
I didn't realize her ass was that big.
I think they're watching Home Alone up there right now.
86 inches of
yep.
Michael Jackson's boyfriend. Yeah, that's right.
You just let that out.
Yep, sorry.
And you told me to watch myself.
No, I told you not to make fun of Kiss. So, because I know you are a Kiss fan.
I am. I do. They were a big part of my growing up, and it's bad to see. It's written all over me.
Yeah.
I was supposed to go to Ottawa a couple weeks ago, the show that got canceled, but I think I'm going to put the Michael Bolton show Wednesday. I'm going to do that instead. Michael Bolton's playing with the Buffalo Philharmonic Orchestra on Wednesday.
That's cool.
Bill, I know you like a lot of genres of music or whatever, but what is your least favorite?
See, I get asked that all the time. I can find something from somewhere.
Yep.
If there was like one, it's weird because I don't even like. I love classical music. I love opera.
Yep.
If there's one genre of music that's just like, I guess the new kind of wave of rap.
Okay.
And it's not that I won't listen to it. It's just not. I'm so used to Dre, the classics.
Yeah.
Because I love hip hop. I just. It's not that I think it's bad or anything. It's just I'd rather not. There's some of it's good.
Nah.
But you can definitely tell there's when you have like Megan Thee Stallion and artists like that who have that throwback hip hop. That's why they're much more popular than some of the other because it's got that sound that people are used to.
Well, it's an established base too.
But also, they're not making music for a 45-year-old man either.
No, they're not, and he's right.
No, but when you've got a 7-year-old kid getting popular now
because of
singing songs about popping a cap in your ass. And
I know.
I'm sorry, but that just to me.
But
That's off the line.
there's a ton of stuff that my 11-year-old and I love together. We've gone and seen Machine Gun Kelly a few times. She loves Avril Lavigne. I love Avril Lavigne. She likes that power pop, Blink 182 sound and stuff.
Okay, yeah.
She's starting to like the heavier stuff like Ice Nine Kills because it's got a presentation of a show,
right.
But she's into all the theater stuff that I've been into. So when we're in the car, I'll listen to it and
I'm going to stop you for half a second and get off the bandwagon of Bill, but you should be proud of this. I learned today that Bill's daughter just landed the lead role in the school musical.
Yeah, it's the Lion King Jr. for Gillette Road Middle School. She got the role of young Simba.
Well, congratulations.
I would have gotten the warthog.
Oh, I would have wanted the warthog.
I know.
It's the best part. That's the best part.
Yeah.
But yeah, she did last year. She did her first professional theater show for Syracuse Stage, and she had a blast. And she did an event for them this past weekend, and they were asking her why she wasn't at the auditions for a Christmas Story or Dickens Christmas or whatever it's called. What is that? A Christmas Carol.
Christmas Carol.
And I'm like, well, the kid's got to go to school at some point. I mean,
he looked at the director and said, "Because my dad's a dick."
She's got to get through. The last few years of school haven't been the greatest years of school for anybody. So
right. What are you going to do when she's more famous than you?
Be her manager.
Live off her.
I have no problems with it. She can take it right over.
He's going to be the next Britney Spears' father.
She can't have him fast enough.
Control the money.
So I can say I got the Ollie Christmas card with Aria's name in it. So when she is more famous than you, this will be on my wall. So
those are the most cut and dry Christmas cards of all time.
Yeah. To whom it may concern.
Here we go.
Yeah. Merry Christmas.
It doesn't even say Merry Christmas. It just says holiday. Bill Brandy Aria. He doesn't want to offend anyone.
Oh, well.
Nope.
To whom it may concern.
Holiday.
Bill
Brandy Aria.
Bill Brandy Aria. Holiday.
We only accept 20s and larger denominations.
And the worst thing is there's a fucking PayPal and a Venmo number in here. I don't
I was going to say, give me that thing. He's getting 1 cent and that's it.
I'm going to send him a Venmo.
Yep.
I always seem like I'm behind on the times on a lot of this. I always feel like my father. So when I first played in Nashville last year, they had the QR codes everywhere. I'm like, this is the greatest idea of all time.
Yeah, right? There you go. You see, he just walks around with a T-shirt on. With a QR code.
There is.
Virtual tip jar.
Yep. And you get hit there, it goes to all my social medias. That's a good idea. That's the next Bill Ali shirt. Put my big QR code on the back.
That's all. You just walk around, people. I don't know what that is. It's just.
Don't be that obnoxious. Put it on the side like a flag.
If you had a sack, you would work a deal out with Penn Advertising and just get a fucking billboard with just your QR code. Tell them you'll do their Christmas party for the next 2 years.
It will be huge.
Just want 1 week of the QR code with nothing else on it.
It'll be like the brand new Sin billboard.
Yeah. I thought it was something for like
the
dinosaur barbecue or something.
Oh yeah, no.
What's that pig up there for? Oh.
And that's the thing that stinks about doing this for a living. I don't get to go and see because obviously I love Brand New Sin. I don't get to go see that stuff because I got to work.
So you didn't go?
No,
I didn't go. I haven't seen both of the last one. I couldn't go either. I keep telling Joe, "Can you do it on a Tuesday, please?"
Yeah, just for you.
Just for
a private show. Let's call it the music show. He could do a show called the Musicians Matinee.
There you go. When all of us, dude.
We would all show up to it.
Everybody'd show up to that.
Every one of us, without a doubt, would all show up just to support him.
Because none of us lazy slugs want to stay out past 10.
Oh, no. It's like,
not anymore.
Got nothing going on. It's dark out.
I'm
not. It's dark out.
I love every second that I get to play.
Yeah.
Now that the longest show we have is the casino now, and that goes until 1:30 in the morning. I can't handle it. I can't handle it anymore.
getting off stage, all crippled, back is
You
killing.
know,
You know, you were
1:30 in the morning.
you were less in pain and more energetic 100 pounds ago, there, fella.
Wow.
Hey, I'm not knocking him. I got all his
Oh,
hand me down
I know you do.
clothes.
That's right.
It was awesome.
What's the next line of Bill Ali clothing that Mike's getting?
I don't know. Hey, I'm catching up. I'm
You are?
catching up. The only reason I'm losing weight is so I can still get his clothes.
And if I keep eating Oreos, I might have to get some of those back.
I shrunk this one down so I could wear it. So,
Yeah.
So there you go.
I didn't have to shrink mine. Oh, that's right. I don't have one.
Wait a minute. Oh, the new Oreos don't have the new
That's correct.
Oreos are vegan. The old
Jeff, I'll give you one of the new Bill Ali T-shirts.
Fuck.
See?
I don't have any that fit you.
You're a dick.
Wow.
There you go.
See, I can use sound effects too.
Is that Boris Karloff?
It's
It's Mike Stroganoff.
Oh, okay.
So
Wow.
so Scars and Stripes kicking ass
Get
as
back to it.
usual.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot. We've been doing it a while now. It's a lot of fun. It's basically been me and Joel since almost the beginning. Joel's the only guy that's been in there since the beginning.
Right.
But he's got 2 shows on me, and I don't know how he's done it, but he's put up with me all these years.
He's a saint. Well, people think that you put it all together, but Joel's doing.
It was Joel and Todd. It was basically Joel and Todd. It was Todd back in the day, but Joel does all the stuff. I do the booking.
Right.
I do that stuff. Joel,
because you're a whole.
I let Joel do the set list and stuff like that. There's not too many times that I poo-poo a song choice or something.
Mm-hmm.
But we kind of do our own thing. We kind of play what we want now, and some people get angry about it. But I can only sing Avenged Sevenfold for so long.
You're right.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah. I agree.
but now
I see
you
exactly.
have all kinds of projects going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit, or tell us actually a little bit about your country.
Yeah. So I've always liked country, and I've always played country in my solo act.
Yeah.
And last year I said, I just want to play in Nashville just to say I played in Nashville. I want to go there, meet with some people. So I did that thing. So I put together a band to do the country thing because they needed more country bands at Turning Stone. And I put together a super group of all the rock guys with Allie Brown, the fiddle player.
Yeah.
Crushes it.
Yep.
We have a lot of fun doing it. We took the last few months off to kind of reform some stuff. I've got Jason. I haven't even told anybody. This is you get a scoop.
Exclusive.
Dun, dun,
You got-
dun.
There you go.
Jason Tellerico is my new drummer in the country band. My drummer from Scars and Stripes, who was formerly from one of the better, one of my favorite local-ish regional bands, Cry to the Blind, in the area. Him and John LaManna. John's fantastic. He's another guy who's doing country now, and he's fantastic. If you want to hear some good homegrown tunes, look up John LaManna on all the streaming sites. The stuff is great. Joe Sal Giancarelli from Stain plays on it. It's good stuff.
LaMotta, Tellerico, Junkie.
Yeah. Where's this going?
I know LaManna. All these names. Ali. I got Ali. These guys. LaManna. They got cool names. LaManna, Giancarelli.
Terrorist.
Wow.
That's it.
I can't believe Dave King's playing country.
Oh, he's a blast. He's a if you ever want a guy that just is a great guy to play with, he'll play. He just loves to play his instrument.
Oh
Yeah.
God, yes.
Oh yeah, for
And
sure.
now the country stuff's rock stuff now, and most of it anyways. So Brett Hoban is my bass player. He's fantastic. From the Hoban the Hoban family. Matt McGlure out of Utica is my keyboard player. Jeff in Scars is one. He's in and out. Jeff's in a new world. Where he likes his own time now.
Oh,
so he's on a need if I need basis, but I'm down to. So I got six members in the band.
Yep.
And we're playing next Friday at the Turning Stone, the Tin Rooster.
Nice.
All like half of the set list is different. It's gonna be fun. Jason likes the songs. I was surprised.
Well, even the drumming nowadays. Years ago, the 2/4 rock stuff was flat out in the pocket, the same kind of, it either sped up or slowed down, but it was still the same. Country kind of reinvented, and people that thought country drumming was easy, you listen to that. That's the furthest thing from the truth nowadays.
Yep.
I mean, country drumming is
you have
very
the best. You have the best studio musicians and writers in downtown Nashville right now.
We just had this conversation with Billy Sheehan last week, and Billy said there's so many rock guys moving to Atlanta or to Nashville now. The guys from Cinderella are down there.
Tom Kiefer's down there. He's down there.
Yep.
Vince Neil's down there. I wouldn't say he's the greatest, but
because it's not what people think it is.
No.
Right.
Yes, it's country. Broadway is country. There's always country music going on, but when the sun goes down, you've got every type of music. You've got you'll walk down Broadway and you'll hear "Don't Stop Believin'," "Sweet Child of Mine." You'll hear some heavy stuff. You'll hear the "Tear in My Beer" country stuff. And a lot of people say, "Oh, it's very over, commercialized Nashville." It's just such a fun area to go hang out with. You can't be there for a long time or you'll be broke and possibly dead. But it's you go with three. We took my mother-in-law when I played down there in October last year, and she had the time of her life because it's if you've never seen it, it's like East Coast Vegas, really, without the casinos.
Yeah. Are you going back?
Shut the street down. I hope to. This past year has been, family-wise, has been pretty tough for us. My wife's aunt fell ill, and my wife had to stay with her for a while, and stuff like that. So I'm kind of hoping. I want to see. There's always every year I kind of find something else that's different, and I do. So I'm trying to find out what's next for me in 2024. Maybe they can make like a fucking avatar for me or some shit. I don't know.
Well, then that way you could play
with Kiss.
You could play all the.
I can do my.
You can play
do 2
gigs
shows
that you book.
That's exactly.
You book 2 gigs a night now, but you just, you just run from one to the other.
Yeah,
that's it. I don't. Thankfully, I didn't. In the last 6 months or so, I haven't done that too much anymore. But
remember
the summer times.
He booked like 3 shows in one day. He's playing the Maplewood or Blues Bruce at the time. He's like, I need you guys to go play an hour. So we go and play an hour, and the owner of the bar is like, what the fuck is going on? We're like, we're opening for
Bill,
for Scars. The fuck you are? I'm like, I'm telling you. We're all set up, and he's like, son of a motherfucker. Yeah.
He was not happy.
He was not happy, but we were booked the next weekend. It wasn't like, you know what I mean?
This is our audition.
Yeah.
That's just the way Joe was.
Free. Yeah, whatever. But did you find going down to Nashville, did it humble you a little bit? Not
but I don't want to say humble. I want to say
awakening.
It taught me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And you finally see that, I'm older now. I'm an old guy now. I'm the old guy because everybody else is in their 20s down there.
Right.
And I had a very successful, very fulfilling 2 gigs down there in Nashville at Redneck Riviera, right on Broadway. And I hung. The first hour, you see videos in my face. And I don't normally shit my pants. I was shitting my pants.
Right.
Because it's Saturday night on Broadway in Nashville in October. It's packed. I'm on the roof.
Yeah.
And I was given a shot. I was given it was a favor of a favor of a favor, and I went home with a good amount of money, and I felt good about it. I felt really good about it.
So Nashville opens your eyes, opens the door a little bit, and I'm skipping around because I know what you're doing, what you've done. So now you get another. You do a car show. You do a corporate. You do a corporate gig out of town.
I did a truck convention. This is kind of how the Nashville thing started.
Right.
I played in Nashville. I played in Louisville, Kentucky for a week at this trucking convention. I was hired by a local company that is a truck insurance company.
Mhm.
And I played at their booth. They made a Matson and Kellogg out of Auburn. They made their booth look like a log cabin living room, and I played in the living room. It was cool. And the guy who brought me there, one of the most talented musicians, wonderful people that I know, Al Kutri, we got talking, and a few months down the road, I called him up and I said, "Hey, you play down in Nashville. Can you guide me, help me a little bit? Getting, what do I got to do? What do I got to do?" And so that was kind of the springboard of that whole thing, getting down in that area and playing, and it just ever since that time, it's stuff has happened. I was asked to last January to fly to LA and sing for Held Hostage, a band from the '80s, and it just everything opened up, and it was cool. And I'm not doing this for anybody else but me at this point.
Right.
I know I'm not. My head isn't one day I'm going to play, the Carrier Dome. I'm cool with being able to pay my bills, doing what I do, and having some experiences. So
Right.
I went out to LA in January with this band from the New York area called Held Hostage. Their last two albums, the vocalist was Tim Ripper Owens, who was known as the '90s singer for Judas Priest.
Yep.
Right.
And we went out to LA, and I had a blast playing with. I'm backstage. So now the Heavy Metal Hall of Fame in January of 2022
Right.
is the reunion of Twisted Sister. So,
Which, let's be honest, it really wasn't a reunion because they weren't there.
no, and
Which
so
is
the drummer's dead.
No, right.
The drummer's dead,
You couldn't
and
do
I understand.
and Mike
Yeah.
Portnoy sat in,
Yes.
Right.
but one of the guitar players got COVID, so he couldn't do the show.
Yeah.
So they had to fill in there. But it was D and JJ.
Mark,
Everybody's cool. I'm sitting. Yeah, I'm sitting in catering. We had dinner before, and I'm sitting. This is kind of like you try not to be
a fanboy.
that fanboy.
Yeah.
But when's the last time I sat in a conference room where Mike Portnoy, Dee Snider, Todd Latour from Queensryche,
Oh yeah.
all these, it's mind blowing. It's cool. These is people that I grew up with, and then to go do the show, we opened up the show. Eddie Trunk's the MC. I get introduced by the metal god Eddie Trunk, the rock and roll god Eddie Trunk.
Yep.
And I'm playing on a stage with Raven, Chris Impellitteri was there. I'm having beer. I'm having drinks with Brett Scallion from Fuel backstage. Steve Vai's backstage. I'm sitting next to Lou Graham backstage, and I'm having the time of my life. I'm just taking it as this is. I don't care what kind of money is attached to this.
Right.
This is a lifetime of experiences in one night.
Right. And then
I saw some of the pictures. And I just want to ask you real quick, what was it like meeting Mike Portnoy?
So now I've met Mike. I have a background with Mike.
Okay.
His sister is a very good friend of mine.
Yes.
Samantha Catania. And in 2000, I worked for Pinkerton Security at Upstate University Hospital. And I was in the communications office, and this short little girl comes over and she goes, "Hey, can you help me move a filing cabinet?" So I went over and helped her, and she saw my Kiss tattoos, and she said, "Oh, my brother's in a band, Mike Portnoy." And I'm like, "Yeah, right."
Sure he is.
That's my. She was like, "Yeah, that's my brother." I'm like, Dream Theater is one of my favorite bands of all time. She's like,
yes.
Anytime I ever talk about them, nobody ever knows about Dream Theater. So the next day, she brings this big box of drumsticks, drumhead, signed stuff. I'm like, this is great. So we, became, friends. She goes, "If you ever want tickets, don't buy tickets." And so I've hung out with Mike a few times backstage. And the funny thing is, every time I meet him, he always tells me the same story. It's the same Kiss story. The first time he ever saw Kiss. Sweet guy, nicest guy in the world. And that was the only. I went up to Mike and I said, "Hey, Mike, I know you don't remember me. I'm friends with your sister." and it's cool. I can. So now that leads up to January of 2024, and that Held Hostage is opening up for Metal Allegiance in LA, and that's Mike's kind of super group.
Super group, right?
Dave Ellison and a few other guys in that band.
Looking forward to the Dream Theater reunion.
Oh my God, I can't wait!
Cannot wait.
Yeah, we need to make sure they come out this way.
And there's nothing wrong with Mike Mangini. He's a fantastic drummer.
Yes.
But Mike was the writer. He wrote a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
He wrote a lot of that stuff.
And Mike's playing is just, holy shit. When you have Mike Portnoy playing with Billy Sheehan.
Oh my God. And the Winery Dogs,
Yeah.
Winery Dogs are great.
When the feet are as fast as Billy's fingers. Holy shit, man. I mean, it's just, it's stuff that you have to. Now, Mr. Big.
Yes.
Speaking of Billy Sheehan, we have to, we're going to mention it until it happens.
February 10th.
February 10th.
Rome Capitol Theater.
Mr. Big will be in Rome.
We have a Scars gig that night that Jeff will not be doing because he's a huge Mr. Big fan.
Yeah, because
really,
yeah, he's a
Hubert. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Big and Extreme are Jeff's two favorite bands.
You should get to know your friends.
Such a dick. I can't. They don't go to lunch. Actually, Jeff goes to lunch with me more than
he does.
You eat tree bark.
You know what? Just because these guys are vegans, I like that.
I have
food.
nothing against it.
I love that food. Actually, we go to Strong Hearts and and places.
Kebab House.
Yeah. If I go to Strong Hearts, I will get the vegan shawarma.
Oh.
I'm telling you, my favorite restaurant right now in this area is the Vietnamese Noodle House.
Well, they love Jeff there.
We're there all the time.
Yeah.
Well, I live in the area now. It's takeout for me now.
Really?
One time I walk in, Jeff's eating dinner with his mother-in-law, his mother and his wife, and we didn't even. I walk in, I'm like,
hey, what's up? Yeah. That's funny.
He doesn't.
We're gonna have the wing. They're gonna build a wing and name it after us.
Yeah.
He DoorDashes that shit. Don't let him fool you.
No.
That's the problem. If I could DoorDash it, I probably would have it every night.
Oh, they
don't. They don't do that. No.
Oh, they can't even.
However, Strong Hearts now delivers to my house. So.
Oh, there you go.
Strong Hearts delivers all the way to Cicero.
Yep.
Oh, you know why? They know him.
Well, it is.
He's their best customer, Jeff.
He's probably singing. He's probably doing their Christmas party.
Oh,
yeah.
I know. I wish. I love those guys.
So
they're always in a great mood there.
Yeah. Ching,
right.
Ching. Yes.
Well, it is really the only vegan restaurant other than Aurora's, but the full scale restaurant in Syracuse.
Right. So you're playing out the heavy metal inductee show last year.
And Held Hostage.
When you're looking out into the crowd, even because I remember you're telling me, you're like, not only am I playing on stage with these people, now I look out at the people sitting at the tables watching us.
And they know the words of the songs.
Yeah.
That's even better.
To a Held Hostage song? Really?
Yeah, it was great. Yeah. The people, the fans that they have, they follow them everywhere. And it's very, like, you could tell that LA metal scene is totally different than anything you've ever, fathomed,
Right.
And so when we go back this year, we're doing the House of Blues in Anaheim this year. That's the show with Metal Allegiance. We'll be on the main show for the Heavy Metal Hall of Fame, and the inductees are going to get announced very soon, I hope, because the show's in a month. And then we've been invited to NAMM this next year.
You're going to Vietnam?
We're going to NAMM.
Is that like you did?
The only thing I'm worried about is going to Disneyland.
Yeah, well.
Oh no.
Well, NAMM is Disneyland to some people.
Yes.
And by the way, I did reach out to a friend of mine, and I am trying to get tickets to NAMM right now. So.
You should come. It'll be fun.
Oh, I know. He can't go. He has a show in Detroit, and he usually goes with one of his endorsements. And he's like, "Let me see what I can do." I'm like, he goes, "How many tickets you need?" I said, "At least 2." What are you laughing at? You're not going, fucker.
I know.
No.
I know.
No, but that would be pretty freaking cool to be out there. So are you doing anything besides those couple dates with them, or are you doing maybe a little tour, or?
There's hopefully coming up next year. We're going to do a small tour because there's a new album that I'm going to be the vocalist on. They've already started production on that. I'm going to go in soon and start recording vocals over that for the new album, and that'll be my first original thing out in this world.
Are you writing the lyrics, Bill, or are they written for you?
I hope to have some input.
Cool.
Yeah, we could change the word the. Yeah, I don't like the. We can change it. There.
And then I get a writing credit.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
right. There's one.
Ali.
Yep.
The. Yep.
The.
I just want one writing credit. That's it.
Yeah, just one word. I don't care what it is.
Right.
And you could, and that'll be. He can have T-shirts. Bill Ali. The.
Yep.
QR code. Venmo. Virtual tip jar. The.
Roll on with your question.
Yeah. So tell me one of your
time.
Tell me one of the. We got plenty of time. What are you talking about?
He's not Wayne Johnsoning this one.
Oh, you fucking kidding me?
No, I'm not.
No.
Get out of here.
Yep. So tell me what are your.
I don't want anything to do with anything.
No.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't want to know.
Exactly what you're talking about.
Tell me.
Nice guy.
Tell me the one of your biggest, funniest stories you've had. Something that's funny that's happened on stage.
Oh, geez, I fell off stage at Quaker Steak and Lube.
Everybody falls off stage.
10 years, yeah.
Lee Anderson fell through the stage.
Yeah. That's probably if I landed right on my feet, it was crazy. And I finished the show, and then I went to the ER.
Where'd you break?
The stage.
I didn't. I would have. I wish I would have broke my ankle because it's still screwed up today.
Oh.
I just kind of like stretched some stuff in there.
Quaker Steak, Ali, and Lube.
Yeah.
That's what it would be.
Yep.
It wouldn't be called Jamie.
We did a Metallica tribute a couple weeks ago at Syracuse.
Sorry about
and
that.
We went to Master of Puppets, and I couldn't get on the beat of the song, and it was the biggest train wreck I've ever had on stage. Yep.
Oh, wow.
Still happens. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
That's terrible. Shut up. So
I mean, I've had people come up on stage and just start singing while I'm, we've had people come up and tip us $1,000 so they can sing on microphone with us.
Wasn't me.
No, but I do recall a show that we were playing at Monterey's, and Bill just said,
"Get out of the way."
Get out of the way.
Came up.
I'm going to finish.
Came up
Modern
and
Day
grabbed
Cowboy,
the
and I'll
fucking.
never forget it.
Oh yeah, no. That was Whiskey Boots in Auburn.
Yeah, it was.
Was it that one? I thought it was Monterey's.
Yeah.
No,
I don't remember too much shit.
Okay,
but I just took over.
Yeah,
and I don't. And I know you all know me. I would never ever really do that. I was just busted his balls.
Yeah, get out of the way. Grabs the microphone and finish the song. I'm like,
yep.
I hate you. That's all right. I still remember a night, Whiskey Boots, that Whiskey was your name. And Todd looked at me and goes, if he can't snap out of this, you may have to do the rest of the show because you were just.
Well, there was a gig in the beginning of Scars. We were playing at Station 58. Remember Station 58?
Oh, yeah.
My friend Toby and Nikki, they own Mugshots now in North Syracuse. And it was my birthday, and they were bringing up like glasses of Jameson to me all night. They had to carry me out. And the night before was Daryl's birthday from now of Ryder, formerly of.
Yeah.
And I think the same thing happened. He passed out that night too. I lost my in-ear monitor pack that night. It was a great night.
Not surprised one bit.
No, it's not surprising.
I was more worried about. I just bought a new Atlanta Braves hat, and I threw it out in the crowd. And the only thing I was worried about the next morning was that $30 hat instead of the $400 pack that was on my back.
Probably got fucking broke and stepped on, and then he sold it to me.
That's it. You probably have it now.
I still do.
Mike's wearing it today.
I'm wearing the in-ears. I'm
Yeah.
wearing the in-ears that I bought for that pack. So yeah, I guess I get all
That's
this.
one thing I always tell the singers if they're serious, get the in-ears.
Oh yeah. I'm about to. I want to get the molded ones like you have, but then I'm like, yeah, well, we're not really playing, so
Right.
why do I want to go spend all that
Why
money
do it now?
for a podcast?
Right.
Not that the podcast is not very important. Very important.
Very important.
Just ask me. So we know your funniest story, biggest fanboy moment. You had to have
That the LA thing was probably really the biggest fanboy moment. But we've played with some cool people before. And he's my friend, but I I have a member of Stained. I had a member of Stained in my band for years, Joe Sal Giancarelli, and he's the nicest guy in the world. But I still fanboy, and I saw him. We played a private party out in Auburn this past weekend, and he was invited to it, and I saw him, and the first thing I said, this is the first this new Stained album that just came out. It's his first album that he's played on.
Right.
Because he's been with the band since the beginning as like a drum tech and all that stuff, and then took over when the drummer left, and there hasn't been an album since then, and it's really good, and I'm really proud of him because I know how he feels that he finally has something that he can, he has his name on.
It's a cool thing to you start out as the drum tech.
Yeah.
Now you're playing in look at Nico McBrain.
Yeah, definitely.
Same thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
The whole premise of the movie Rockstar was, somebody rose from nothing to something. So
I know.
You never know when it's going to happen.
That's right. That's right.
It could
I mean,
happen.
look at our friend Marcus Rafferty.
Oh my God, yes. Yeah, same thing.
Yep.
And hopefully, and Marcus is going into it with the right attitude with, hey, what happens. Right now, I got called for this tour, and I'm getting called for another one, and we'll ride the wave.
Ride until you can't do it anymore. Yep.
And then he's, no matter what Marcus touches, he seems to excel at it, even if it's just his local gig here,
And that's just because he's an extremely nice guy too.
Yeah,
that always helps. And he's coming up soon. Fall of Humanity with Jimmy is coming up soon at the Lost Horizon in or Westcott, one of those places. I'm using my phone to do this, so I can't look it up. But Fall of Humanity with Marcus and my guitar player Jimmy Falco and Joe Grosvent and Michael Rafferty, the whole Rafferty clan.
I just got a message.
Oh,
Mike, Ultimate Ears, regarding your NAM pass, you're all set.
There you go. That's with Ultimate Ears too.
Yeah,
they're the first booth I'm going to.
There you go. So
you'll be able to get your mold.
We just got done mentioning I want to get a mold, so maybe they'll do molds for free at the booth. Anyways, what do you got coming up besides LA, besides next week? Anything big that no one knows of yet, or
not really? We got a pretty big weekend coming up. We're playing at Ted and Amy's Christmas Spectacular at the mall on Saturday morning. We always have a great time doing that. They're great people. I've known them for a while, being in the radio business. If you want to meet two of the sweetest people in the world, Ted and Amy.
Yeah.
We do our thing there, and then we're heading out to Albany on Saturday night to play at Rivers Casino in the Schenectady area.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
We have the big New Year's Eve gig at Maplewood Bar and Grill in Liverpool. That's about 75% sold out now. So if you've it's us with Dirt Road Ruckus. So Dirt Road Ruckus is going to be in the bar. We'll be in the conference room. I think it's a very reasonable price, especially with how expensive stuff is today. It's $400. You get a room for two. Get a room. Get your food. It's open bar for a couple hours.
I've never heard.
So and that's all included. So and right now they aren't selling, so you can just come because it might sell out. It might sell out. So that's cool.
So they're not just selling just the band tickets.
No, they're just right now because it's selling so well. It's just the package you can get right now for $400.
Good for you. Which,
if I'm going to go out and party, that's $200 a person for food, hotel, your booze for a few hours. And they're going to have, hors d'oeuvres and stuff later and all that. And you got 3 music acts. You got Roadhouse Prophets starts it out early.
Oh,
Billy
okay.
Johnson and Sean Freed.
Agreed.
They're doing a little acoustic, get everybody while they're coming in. And then we're going to stagger the start of Dirt Road Ruckus and us. So there's always going to be music going on. It's going to go till 1 o'clock in the morning. And
that was
us.
That was us.
With
Right,
Mother Cover.
yeah, right before the pandemic, and in March we did the last Blue Spruce New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
With Mother Cover.
Yep.
Yeah.
my last New Year's Eve before the pandemic, the check bounced.
Where'd you play?
It was the Holiday Inn on Carrier Circle there.
Oh, really?
Oh, no shit.
Yeah,
I
that
thought it might have been out in
over there.
Brewerton or something.
Right.
No, it was a hotel. It was a privately owned hotel, and they stiffed almost everybody. And I had to get the authorities involved.
Oh,
God.
We all got our money.
no, that's good.
How about our New Year's Eve at the hotel? The Black Mold Hotel.
Oh my God, that was awful.
Oh God! Everybody's like, I think there's like black mold in my room. It was the
What hotel was it?
It's the one off of Farrell in 48.
Oh, the Quality Inn,
That's
Comfort
the one.
Inn.
Yeah, whatever the hell.
There was nothing comfortable about it.
No.
They're
Not
like,
when you
yeah,
walk-
we got you prime rib dinner.
Not when you walk downstairs and it's
No heat.
colder.
No heat.
Yeah.
They had no heat. They forgot to turn the heat on in the ballroom they put us in.
Yeah.
So it was like, holy shit! It was like 55 degrees in there
the entire time.
And
We
everybody
played there one. I think we played there one New Year's Eve. We did too. I think.
fucking terrible.
And instead of prime rib, we ended up with pizza, remember?
Well, they tried to bring us prime rib dinners, but they were like cooking them one at a time, and we had like 17 of us
Yeah.
getting ready to like go down and play. But we had to hurry up and eat because we're gonna go play. And they're like, oh, hold on, here's one plate. Be back in 20 minutes. But here's the second plate.
Yep.
You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But they paid.
Well, that's a whole other podcast going through how some of the stuff happens with
Oh
bands
yeah,
around
the,
here.
the biggest. We're gonna call that episode the big stiffing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the good.
And we could talk about
ugly.
Big Papa's. What happened at Big Papa's during the time that was open?
We can talk about
You shut up.
hey, we can talk about Club 11.
Club 11. There we go. Let's look over here. Pay no attention to this hand over here.
All right. Having to
Convinced
money?
National Grid not to turn the power off when we were
Taking
just
money
Oh,
out of
Club 11. Is that the old Max?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
Yeah.
Taking-
National
they were
Grid's there to
taking
like turn the
money-
power off, and we're like, look, could
They're-
you just
he
can you
was
do it
taking-
in like in a couple hours? Can
He
you at
was
least
taking
let us?
money out of the ATM to pay the guy when he showed up.
Yeah. And I was like, you better make sure there's enough on your credit card to
Pay us.
take out of the ATM to pay us. Yeah. Yeah.
Good times.
Great time. Yeah, we could do a whole episode of shit
but
that went
but
wrong.
we can also spend a lot of times. There are some very, very cool restaurant bar owners around here. Yeah.
Yes.
I've made some very good friends and contacts because of some of the great people.
And no matter how good or bad the show went, some of these guys went out of their way to pay you, even though you knew they were taking a loss.
Yeah.
You know, shout out to Dave Buno. I don't care what anybody says. That guy,
Dude.
Always.
was always there.
Check was always there.
Never even questioned. Just like,
Nope.
there you go.
There you go.
I'm like, dude, we're playing outside. It's pouring rain out.
Yeah.
There's no chance to
chance
come
we're
back
gonna
from
play.
this. And he's like, hey, sometimes you spin the wheel.
Yep.
Let me go get your
money.
check.
Yep.
And he
did.
He did it.
He
And
did.
so,
Yep.
anyways, Billy,
Bill, thanks, man.
thank you so much for being on.
I appreciate both of you, and I love you both very much. We break balls, but you're two of my favorite people. You always have been. I
Well,
appreciate you having me on. I'm nobody special. I always say that I'm nobody special. I'm lucky to do what I do.
Yeah.
I'm lucky that I have the family that allows me to do it, and life's really good. There's absolutely nothing to complain about.
No.
Good deal.
Well,
I'm happy for you,
as
bro.
far as a friend of mine, I've always been thankful for the stuff that you've allowed us to do when you had us open for you,
Yeah.
sing with you. Hey,
I'm going to say
I'm
one
honored
thing,
to
and
officiate your
it's
wedding.
very controversial to some people. Under the Gun was very good to Scars and Stripes.
Yeah.
From day one.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I always said, if it ever came to the part where if I could help somebody, that would be. And listen, we're all playing other people's music. We're not rewriting music history. There's enough room for all of us. If we all play good together, we'll all flourish.
So just remember that when our new version comes out, and we'll be opening. We'll open up.
I'll have you talk to Joel.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
there it goes.
I got to go to Dick's Sporting Goods and get some of those tennis wristbands.
wristbands?
Yeah,
And I can't end this without acknowledging Joel, Jimmy, Jeff, Jason, and even the guys in previously, especially Todd and Joe.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't for Todd, Joe, and Joel, and I tell them this all the time, I would not be in the position that I am now. Those three guys.
Yep.
Awesome.
When they brought me into Scars and Stripes, that was the catapult.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you being on, and
Much appreciated.
Anytime.
we want you back on after you do LA.
Yeah, I will.
Give
Tell
us
us.
Maybe I'll do well. If you go, let's do a podcast right from Nam.
I think that'd be kind of cool. We could walk right. We'll just walk up to people. Hey,
check this
how
out.
you doing?
Yep.
You don't know me.
We'll make it.
Right?
Yeah.
Hey, Mike Partnoy. I
We're a
don't.
bunch of bums.
Look at me. I'm wearing the Bill
Bill
Ali
Ali t-shirt.
code.
There you go.
I'm the guy.
I'm kidding, dude. I'm so getting a QR code shirt made for LA now.
Get me one. I'll wear it around
I will.
too. It'll look like two
will.
fucking billboards.
Awesome.
Well, there you go, everybody. Mr. Bill Ali, thank you very
Thanks,
much.
guys.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate
All right,
you.
man.
Talk to you later.
Talk to you.
All right.
Peace.
Later.
See ya.
Well, there you go, Mr. Jeff Alfreds.
Yeah, here I go.
There you go. There you go. There you go again.
Again.
Yeah. So we apologize right now if any of the audio quality of this show isn't perfect. Because
Yeah, I know.
I looked at the board and I was
I
like,
looked
what
over-
the fuck? Just hit? Yeah.
You look over and I'm like, uh-oh. And I know that look.
You know that look.
I do.
That's all right. We appreciate Bill
That's
being
all right.
on. It was awesome.
We do.
And we want to thank our friends over at Auk Medical Supply,
Syracuse Event Center,
DJ Life's a Beach,
Good Nature Brewery,
Uncle Jimmy's Local Live Music,
The Print Shop Underground,
Toffee Break Toffee.
and Snarky Productions.
Who is Snarky Productions, Jeff?
You really want to go into that now?
Nope.
All right, then.
She'll beat me up.
After
You've been
she heals.
you've been listening to the good,
The band.
the ugly. I'm Big Papa,
And I'm Jeff.
and thank you so much. Stick around for our next episode, where we will have Mr. Steve Shad.
Shad.
Be
Looking
good,
forward to
everybody.
it.
See you guys.
See ya.